can 10 million naira do for you in this economy? Well, with an initial deposit of 10 million naira, you get to own a smart home. Lights? That's what I'm talking about. You get to own a smart home right here in Ajah with Flourish Duplex. Experience the pinnacle of modern living with automated smart homes at Flourish Duplex. A 4-bedroom, fully detached luxurious duplex with features such as a fully furnished kitchen, constant lights, CCTVs, smart locks, tight security, a serene environment in a gated estate. With a payment plan of 10 million naira initial deposit for a one-time payment or an instrumental payment that runs from 12 months or 18 months. Terms and conditions apply. So what are you waiting for? For more information, head to our website at www.flourish360.com.ng or send a DM to the number displayed on the screen to schedule an inspection. Make Flourish 360 your home, where we ensure long-lasting wealth and happiness. Come closer. Come strive massively each time you engage with the app, just by liking, commenting, sharing, and inviting friends to our platform. As a business owner in search for talent, or an individual in pursuit for employment, PP Chat has a segment covered for you. With PP Chat, you can trend and earn. Whether you're an entrepreneur or a business enthusiast, you can advertise your products, buy, and sell in the marketplace of PP Chat. Thank you. With PP Chat, you don't need to have thousands of followers before you can earn points. As long as you're an active user on the app, you stand the chance of earning points, which can then be converted to money. You just earn the points, right? When boredom kicks in, head over to an entertaining game session. On PP Chat, you get to trend, transact, and earn money. To sign up, log on to www.ppchat.com. You can also download on App Store and Play Store. PP Chat, trending beyond.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Kwa Podcast. Thank you for riding with us every week. We thank you for your feedback, for your share, and your follow. So for those watching this right now, if you're not subscribed to our channels, please hurry up. Click the subscribe button on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. Thank you. Okay, I'm here with my co-hosts, the one and only, the delectable Dr. David Ayiboswa. Hello, Doctor.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. It's good to be here again, and we are having, in fact, today is going to be something else. I believe in my heart. I want to appreciate every one of you for always joining us and always following. Thank you for your comments and the reaction. God bless you all. And you look beautiful this morning, as usual.
Thank you. All right, straight to the matter. So, on the Kwa Podcast, we'll bring clarity on real life issues. And you know that we don't just bring anyhow guests, we bring seasoned guests every episode. Today, we have a legend in the house, a man known for his audacity, his originality, and for his raw lyrics. He has been in the entertainment industry for quite a number of years, and he has paid his dues. Yes, he has paid the dues in the hip hop world. And when I know before you say, just go straight to the point, introduce him, introduce him. So here we go, drum roll. Introducing the one and only Ruggedy Baba. Hello, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. Thank you for. Okay, it's because I'm wearing white. That's why my head has no bust from the introduction. I just say thank you very much.
You're welcome,
Very
sir.
honored for being invited.
Thank you very much, sir. Okay, you know how we do it. Beside a handsome man, we also have a very intelligent barista. Yes, you heard me. Her name is Barista Ijoma. She is a real estate guru. She has served in oil and gas. She's also known for her audacity, her intelligence. You need to hear her speak. You know, when this topic popped up, and I'm like, who is the best fit for this topic? And I'm like, no, I've got to get her on the show. So, based on popular demand, high demand, introducing Barista Ijoma.
I really hope I can be able to meet up with the introduction.
Thank you.
I feel really honored. Thank you so very much for you guys to, bring me on the podcast.
You're
Most
welcome.
importantly, to pair me, with someone I have so much respect for.
Oh,
Rugged man. I have so much respect for him. He's real. He has been very consistent and very, real in everything that he has done over the years in the music industry, in the entertainment industry. He has really led his voice in a way that I can't even, begin to imagine positively. A lot of us has learned a whole lot from him as well. So thank you so very much for the
you're
pair.
welcome.
And I really appreciate that a lot. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Barista Ijoma, and thank you, Ruggedy Baba.
I guess I just have to make me blush.
Oh, you got me some pink in your face. Okay.
We have
so
already
let's-
succeeded in
Take
that
your
already.
powers. You want it.
Let's talk about your journey as an entertainer. When did it start?
Ooh, when did I start? I can't put a date. But I know when I was in secondary school. Don't worry, I wasn't going to stay from my mother's womb. When I was in secondary school, that's when I got introduced to music.
Okay.
I know, primary school. Because I just
Primary school.
I learned a lesson when I was in primary school because back then we didn't have too many music shows on TV.
Okay.
But I was one of those who actually got attracted to entertainment. So I think the only shows we had on TV then were German shows. Is that old hair? But I started watching TV from when I was really young. So it's not about the age, it's about when I started.
That time, television used to close by 12 midnight.
Yeah.
Ross.
Okay, so
So I started watching. I think there were just two of them. One was Top of the Pops. One was, I think they turned it the other way, Pop of the Tops, and then there was Soul Train. That's when I started. When I knew I liked music.
that's
I liked
right.
it so much that when I go back from school, when I'm supposed to go for I'm old now, so they can't beat me anymore. So when I get back from school, I'm supposed to go to lesson. So now there was a particular, I just take my bag, I'm supposed to go to the lesson, but there's a particular place I go, God forgive me, they can't beat me now. I drop my bag behind one bush, flower, and I go to my friend's house to watch TV. I
Wow.
watch music shows. And I didn't stop there. That's why sometimes I tell people if I was to go into Yahoo, I would have started from when I was in primary school because I'll give myself questions about Red Barrel and Blue. So I give myself questions. I'll mark it. I'll comment.
That's actually Yahoo.
That's why I said if I wanted to,
Educational
you
Yahoo.
understand? I'll drop it somewhere and then I'll go and watch TV, and then when it was time, when it was like when lesson was supposed to close, then I just pick up my bag, run to the house so I can continue watching at home until one day somebody caught me. And now
Hallelujah.
so that was how
The
I
rest is
stopped.
history.
Yeah, that's how I stopped that. But when I was now in secondary school, I had this uncle, God rest his soul, Jonathan Okeke. He travels a lot. He was a car dealer. So he'll, when I went to his house, I'll see VHS tapes. Gen Z, Google, VHS tapes. I see VHS tapes of UMTV raps, Rap City. So I'll just watch it in his house. Okay, another part, I'm going to ask for forgiveness. I'm sure now he's up there, he knows. Now. So I'll go to his house, I'll borrow like 5 tapes, and then I'll return 3. And borrow another 4, 5, return 2. So I started opening my own library, my own house. I said, no, I know he knows now, but yeah, there.
Are you serious?
So watching those tapes, and some of them they had lyrics being written out, so I got more interested in music, and then that's how I got into rap. I loved rap because of the wordplay, the wordplay, and then the fact that they had different types and styles, But funny enough, the very first track I ever liked and learned the lyrics was Snow. I don't know if anybody knows Snow. Informer. You know the name.
Yes.
I still remember. Because then the video had the lyrics being written and shown on the screen. So I took pen and paper and write out lyrics. So that's how I really got into music. And then I didn't know it was going to be anything serious that I was going to get into.
Yeah.
To me, it was just what I liked. And then it became like a hobby when I was in secondary school.
Passion.
Yeah. Then of course, I don't know anybody who knows, back then in secondary schools, we used to have lit, where, different schools would
Yes.
different, in a school, and there'll be like
I was in-
debating.
I think we did that in Igbobi College also.
I used to say in Akoka now, so I know Igbobi well. So there'll be like debating, different debating societies.
Yes.
There'll be debating competitions. There'll be like, then I heard about miming competitions, rapping competitions, but I never went into any of those because I'd never heard anybody who was good make me want to go into the rapping competition until a particular day in Surulere Girls Secondary School. We were just there, my friends. They knew I was into rap. They knew I started writing and all. But and anytime we went to one of these schools, they want me to join. But I'm like, nah, I've not heard anybody. There's no competition, so there's no need. Until Surulere Girls Secondary School, I actually heard a guy rapping, and it was good. I was not like, wait, what's that? Oh, okay, this guy is actually talking. Okay. Then
And you liked it.
The second guy, I heard another guy, and he was good. So I'm like, okay, I think, okay, let's go. Let me see if I can. My friends, who had been dying to hear me get on the stage, and if you see the way they practically carried me, and we ran to the side of the stage, and we beckoned on the MC of the show, of the event. And I was like, okay, I'd like to get on the rapping competition. And he was like, oh no, they're not taking any more entries. My friend said, that they would scatter this place. This person that will be begging to rap for us since he's finally decided on his own. That's how the guy finally allowed me on. We're like 5 of us. But then, of course, there was an elimination process. So then it was just 3 of us, myself and those 2 guys I heard.
Yeah.
And we just kept going on and on. We kept passing the mic, just rapping, and they couldn't pick a winner. And they now decided, okay, you know what? That since there are other events that have to happen, we'll continue this in I don't know if you know Anglican Girls Secondary School.
Yes, and
That's too late to that.
Yes.
There was going to be the next lead was going to be there, so we'll continue there. Fine, that was actually the first time I got recognition, and this was in my maybe SS2. So the first time, and what I mean is, when they announced that we're going to continue in Anglican, I was like, okay, fine. Finally, I got home. I wrote 15 pages of lyrics.
Wow.
I wrote 15 pages. Yeah, because I wanted to I wanted to be equipped. I wanted to be ready. You understand? I wrote 15 pages. I even had them in my back pocket when we got to American Girls that day. So as I was walking in with my friends, somebody walked past and saw me and was like, "Hey, rapper." So that was my first time ever. I didn't even know he was talking to me. When he said rapper.
And you didn't know that was what you were doing.
No, I knew I was rapping, but I didn't know somebody recognized me.
Oh, okay.
That's what I mean by that was the first time anybody would acknowledge me. So when he said rapper, I just looked at him and then I looked around. Oh, me? Well, yeah. I said from the other school. I was like, oh, okay. I think my head just swelled a little, like, oh, okay, somebody noticed. Okay, cool. We got there. I saw those two guys, were just me mugging each other, like, we were looking at each other like, we die here today, kind of thing. But unfortunately, we never had a chance.
Wow.
What happened? He said he didn't have time. But I remember those two guys. One is called Cool G. The other one is Mad Max. So in case, I don't know where that was the first.
Shout out to Cool G and Mad Max.
Cool G, Mad Max. If you guys are anywhere, if you know anybody, big shout out. You guys played a part. So that's how, and then from there I went on to realize that, okay, no. My story is long. We have this. We have other people.
Thank you. It's such an incredible
You
story.
understand? So that's how I started, and then I knew I started going to DJ studios where you actually I'll use a mic. Okay, no. The funny part was I had two tape recorders. Don't laugh much. I had two tape recorders. I put an empty tape in one. I put a tape with instrumentals in the other.
Oh,
And those days used to be
I don't record that. That you pull out and roll with viral.
So I press record on the empty one, then I press play on the one with the instrumental. I'll move them close and I'll put my mouth in the middle and say,
Wow, that was so brilliant.
Yeah, but that was just me thinking.
Being creative.
And what was available at that time.
Creativity and thinking out of the box at the same time.
And from that, and found out you could actually go to a DJ studio, get a microphone, you'll play the vinyl, and you record. Now this was clearer because we were using a mic, but the difference was I call it the one breath take. You know why? You can't pause, you can't stop.
Just
can't make
roll
mistake.
and
You can't make
You
a
can't go
mistake.
back and adjust.
If you make a mistake, you start all over again. So what I do is once they start, I just go because I'll do the intro, I'll do the first chorus, I'll do the first verse, I'll do the second chorus, I'll do the second verse, I'll do the third chorus, I'll do the third
bridge,
verse,
if there
I'll
is
do
any
the
bridge.
there's a bridge. Everything one take, and at the end I don't. You understand? And I did this and recorded over 30 tracks like that.
wow.
Playfully,
Wow.
But all of this was sorry, okay, the mic, yes, I see yourself. So this was how I started, and then from then a friend of mine called me and that he had been contracted to do a soundtrack for a Hilda Dokubo movie, Another Campus Tale. It's my friend Bayo Diffie. Then he was Swave. He asked me if I was interested. I said, of course. But I told him I also have another young man that's a good rapper. If he's okay with that, him coming, he said, sure.
So that was you pushing someone else on a platform that you needed to be in.
You
Wow.
understand? So we got to okay, now this is a special story. You pay me for this.
Go ahead.
So we got to the studio. We met the producer, we met the sound engineer, and we recorded. So while we're listening to it, another guy came into the studio. From the way they interacted, obviously he was very good friends with the producer. And then they talked, and then we played the song over and over. And then the guy that came in now asked if he could see me outside. We went outside, and he said he liked what he heard. He liked what he heard me do. He has a studio in Surulere in case I ever want to record. I'm like, bro, I don't have money. I'm just the students is like, nah, don't worry. That anytime I want, I can come in to record for free.
Wow.
Now let me tell you, everybody that was in that studio that day. The studio engineer, sound engineer, God rest his soul, was Tony Tonero. That did
Oh, yes, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know, it's late.
that's late. Then the producer was Paul Playder. That was how I met Paul Playder.
Angel of my life.
Yep. And then the young artist, the young guy I brought with me, later became Freestyle of Tribesmen.
Oh.
And then the guy that came into the studio that took me outside and said he has a studio, God rest his soul, was OJB Jazz
Oh
Radio.
yeah.
That was how I got to
I'm
Nigeria to
going
record.
to search. I did update it, pa.
That's how I got to Nigeria to record Baraje and the lights and everything. And that's why I would always give it to that man and everybody in the studio.
Wow, God rest his
So
soul.
let me stop here. It's not about me.
Wow, thank you. Thank there's a thing about songs. It takes you back memory lane. So those songs are linked to certain memories. So for me, it's a thing for me because I'm just remembering those days.
It's the
where-
OG style. Those are the OG style.
Before the Gen Z, they come and start feeling like,
No. See, you need to leave it to the Gen Z because it's their time.
Yes.
That's what I say.
but they are making it look like.
Can I shock you?
Yeah.
All the Gen Zs that I know sing oldies better than me.
Are you for real?
I'm being honest.
Gen Zs, please, on the
So,
comment section,
they're-
defend yourself.
I'm not joking. They
Even some of
sing oldies better than me.
Even some of them.
They
some
do
of
a
them
lot of research.
It's
They are
ridiculous.
tired, listening to just what they're used to. They are very good with oldies. You to shock you to know the songs that they know.
maybe the
that
ones,
you
maybe
don't
a lot
know.
of the ones you know.
Yes,
Yeah.
I can tell you that.
And not all Gen
again,
Zs.
and again, one thing I like about them is that they get excited easily. Remember when Michael Jagger, this thing came? Everybody got to learn it immediately.
Yeah.
They have that vibe that I love. You understand? If they know about a particular celebrity and they feel like this celebrity song is not on ground.
Yeah.
When I mean on ground, they don't have any new song that they have released, and they love that celebrity. I tell you, the Jay-Z's that I know will go back
We'll jump on
to
it.
check their old songs and sing it word to word better than me and you.
Okay, so shout out to intelligent Gen Zs.
Ah!
that
She just had to put intelligent Jay-Z.
yeah, because social media will make you seem like the unintelligent ones are the ones trending, going viral the most.
Yeah, because a lot of them they make a lot of unnecessary things go viral.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So they are growing with it.
So,
They are growing with it.
So
Yeah.
I want to ask a question,
Yeah.
Ogedi, because to do music at that time was a little bit harder now.
Not a little bit.
Because I know the Daddy Shoki, the Daddy Fresh,
Bafrayo.
and the African Chinas, because they were in the AJ where I grew up from. And how was it like for you? I know that this story that you just shared now, I know that this story now is a part of the struggle, pushing yourself forward. No sponsor, nobody was there to push you. Like today now, if you release a music, you can even put it on Spotify, and before you say Jack, it's gone.
It's viral.
It's viral. So for you, how did you get into? Because you came with a blast.
Now that exactly
Yes.
was the reason why I could, because I came with something different. I came with something different. I came with something bold.
Sorry. Number one, you came with something different. You didn't rap like the American rappers we were listening to at that time, because they were American rappers.
Okay.
Now Tony Tetuila and Plantation Boys, they were already on Vogue at that time. They were rapping, but it was in English. You came with broken,
Tribesmen was also doing a bit of broken.
a little
Whether you
bit.
like,
Yeah.
Yeah, but what you're trying to say is I kind of like went mainstream.
Yes.
I went really mainstream. So that's why I got a bit louder, more than some of the rappers who were around, who came out when I came
At that time.
You understand? But the major thing was the fact that I came with something different. I came with something bold, and I wasn't afraid to name like I said in the song.
Yeah.
I wasn't afraid to name names and flog with a cane. So and then I was being me. I was being real. I wasn't trying to be somebody else. You understand? And I wasn't trying to impress anybody. I just had something to say, and I said it. You understand? Back then, we didn't have too many radio stations. We didn't have too many TV stations. Don't worry, I'm not that old.
Then you are old.
You know, but we didn't have too many. But like I said, what made me stand out was how I came in. Some people thought it was beef, but I keep telling them till today that it was constructive criticism.
Yeah, and you still do that.
Yeah, no, that's why I said it's me. I'm not. Look, the rugged man you're seeing today is the rugged man that's been around then, except that I'm just older. I don't send much. There's nothing fame can do to me. There's nothing money can do to me. I've been around friends who had loads of money, but trust me, I'll not take a note from your money from nothing without letting you know. I'll wait for you to come there and tell you, yeah, I want to take this one, then I'll take because you're my friend. But if you're not there, I'll not talk. I can't steal from nothing. It might sound silly. I can't.
Your
I
son,
tried when I was young once. They frog, and it was a toy truck I went to buy.
And I think I have to commend you for that, because I remember meeting you and you were just so, when you meet someone, there's this presentation they bring like, yes, okay, but you were just so you were like so accessible, and you had, I really commend that about you.
Thank you. It has its disadvantages.
I want to-
also, but
Oh, what's the disadvantages?
some people they try to take
Advantage, yeah.
I'm going to say something here. I beg to differ. It doesn't.
It does.
It doesn't, because I am talking about myself. I've always been that person that have been in the midst of top people. It doesn't change me. And I'm not, by the grace of God, I am blessed, right? And I relate with my house help. I relate with my cleaners. I relate with my watchman, my driver, anybody, in a good way. Nobody looks down on you. It's you that thinks it that way. It pays for you to be a blessing to people. I've actually never met you in person, but you dealt with my younger brother in a business, and I got to know about it, and I was happy about it. But guess what? I've listened to you talk over and over and over and over again. And that was why I used the word constructive criticism. And let me tell you the honest truth. If we have to be 100 people in this world, and 75 people chooses you over 25, there is no disadvantage.
Yeah, it's a win.
I can't see a good man. I can't see a good woman and a good man. And I wouldn't sit on them and be appreciative of them and learn from them and be a blessing. There's something like you learn from people and you do thank you. They didn't train us that way. There are people that don't appreciate that. Do you understand? And guess what? If you happen to be a wicked person, if you happen to be that person that is not easily accessible, you will still be people that will take you for granted.
Yeah.
So it works both ways. So I choose to be nice.
Okay, so
I
Barrister,
choose-
coming to you now.
I wanted to- I
Yes,
wanted
because
to-
I there's this question I've been itching. I know you touched on it while we were
Backstage.
You
Yeah.
touched on it, and I would just like you to share the story, the experience again. You were talking about how you left law to go into real estate. So I wanted you to share.
Okay.
With our
Don't forget
audience.
what brought that.
Yes.
You were trying to do some things with me.
Yeah.
And I saw your passion
Yeah.
at which you were doing that.
Yeah.
And I had to tell doctor, this my madam is so versatile. But one thing that actually trips me so much about her is that
That is you.
I'm talking about you, Blessing.
All right, thank
It's
you.
because you've been able to find your passion.
That's right.
You understand? Passion is what makes your job
Easy.
easy. You found it. And then I had to switch to me. And I said that I went to school, all right? And at first I was supposed to read economics, yeah? My dad wanted me to read economics, yeah? He just talked about it. And from there, of course, we talked about law thing, and he was excited about it. Yeah, man, he's so rest in peace. He's not here to, see what we've been able to do, but we're happy that, he put us on that pedestrian and made sure that, we took our, education seriously. So while I went to school then in Uniben, I had so much fun, with the course which I read, which is law. And I came out, of course, in my law school, blah, blah, and all that. and, worked a little bit with Templars and all that. My point is, I was doing that. I had a lot of people I was looking up to, like I said, Olumide, happens to be one person I have so much respect for because I worked with them. He was partners with some people in Octagonal Templars. But while I was doing that because I went to school to do that. You understand? I loved it, but not like love. I tried different sectors as well. I went to the insurance sectors too, like I told him, and I enjoyed a bit of it. And when I went there, I was with the legal department trying to do one or two things. From there, I entered into the energy park policy, which happens to be oil and gas insurance, strictly for people that go to the rig, the local content and the foreign content. What do I mean by local content and foreign content? You have the local oil and gas companies.
Yeah.
That's what they call local content. Then how you call them MFOs, marginal field operators. Then you have, of course, the multinationals as well. So we are doing package policies for the people that we have, with us. And with that, I went into consulting. All these things I was doing, I was graduating to what I love. And I finally, around, some few years back, just like I told him, some years, and I told myself, okay, real estate really gives me that vibe. I'm everywhere. And at the same time, I'm not stressed in the sense that I'm trying to meet up or do. I'm doing my job. I'm talking to people. I'm convincing people. It's working for me. So that passion is what's keeping me today. And I told Doctor something. Guess what? Call me anytime for oil and gas. Whether it's producing, whether it's servicing, call me for any service. I will come and render it because I didn't throw it away. Call me for insurance. If I don't want to do it personally, I have my clique and I have my group that will do that. Call me for consultancy. I will still do that. Then call me again for my passion that I'm sitting on real estate. Hello, I'm here for you. So it pays a lot for you to have, that passion grow. See how he's telling his story. He's not forgetting anything. If it was borrowed passion, he wouldn't even know where he started from, or where he's going to, or where he ended, or where he is. For people that didn't know the story, we still even appreciate him more than him that knows the story. Not to talk of when I hear the whole story. You can imagine somebody will not breathe. You're singing so that you don't make mistakes, so that you get it right. Now, we didn't see all those practicalities, all those sacrifices. What I saw was his rapping, and I was cool with that. Guess what? He's not just about the rapping. This man sits down and he's telling you what you need to hear and what will help you. If you like, go and hit your head on the wall. That's why I use that word constructive criticism. He will say it, and if you're truthful to yourself, listen to what he's saying. In State of the Nation, in everything, it makes absolute perfect sense. So that's just it. Passion.
Okay,
I want to
thank
ask
you.
Does a lot.
Please, permit me to ask you. When you released your first album, people were thinking you came like Odumeje. Whoa, you understand? What happened next? I really want to know what happened next, because after that album release, it was like, whoa.
Yeah, it was like war because of the people I criticized. Okay, imagine you coming.
Their reaction.
Yes, because imagine you just coming out and criticizing the powers that be, the people who were on top of everything, both radio, TV, and music.
Yes.
You understand? So I just came up, but like I said earlier, I had something to say, and I decided to say it through what I know. That's music, and of course, it didn't go down well with them. I didn't expect it to go down well with them. And then there's something I always say to people. I thought that track would be my last track ever, because I thought, oh, these guys, they already have all the money, they have all the fame, they just fold me like this, and just throw me in one corner, and my soul will be about, oh, there was remember one guy that came out one time and criticized people? And that's what I thought was going to happen. But unknown to me, I actually spoke the minds of millions of Nigerians who were actually thinking the same thing I was thinking. So yes, it didn't go down well with them. The fans came at me I was doing a whole lot of, how will I say it? I was responding. okay, I dropped and some people were like, oh, they don't like me. He cannot rap. He can't rap. It's just, and I'm like, look. Then I released the song Piece of War, in which I said, I don't speak my mind and I will still speak more. You either love me or you hate me in Piece of War. You understand? And I did that one. They're like, hey, okay, he can rap, but hey, we can't dance to his music. He doesn't have any dance tracks. That's why I now recorded Barajet. In the beginning,
So you're replying them with your music.
when I released Barajet, in the beginning, you hear me say, for those that say I don't have a dance track, feel this.
Yes.
And they move their body.
Wow, thank you. Okay, so let's go to the heart of the matter right now. It's quite a journey, right? Barrister, I'll come back to you because you've achieved so much. And looking at the legal system of Nigeria, I think it would take a lot for a lawyer to accomplish what you have accomplished with clean hands. Right. It would take a whole lot. Because I have
What do you mean clean hands?
clean hands, like just doing litigation. You are not, you're not getting into
Into
Oh
what?
my
into
God.
things, right? Because
You are not getting into corruption.
So I want to start with Barrister before we come to Rugged Man,
Yeah.
right? Looking back, would you say that dumping, or let me say keeping your law wig for real estate is the best decision you've made? Or is this something you're looking at? Okay, maybe sometime I'll go back to legal practice.
Okay, I'm going to say this. Either way, it's very good for me.
Okay.
First of all, and I'm not trying to sound sweet. It will take me a whole lot to work hard to get to where I want to get to in the legal sector. And it will take me not so much of a whole lot to get to where I want to be in the real estate sector. I'll explain it better. In the legal sector, there is what I call level ground that has not been given to a whole lot of us. I'll tell you why I say so. You see people, in school, eager to come out so that they can work as lawyers and make their money. As long as you're out of school, graduate, come out, you want to make money. Then you find out in the field, legal field, very few are actually making the money.
That's right.
The question that comes to your mind is, okay, so how do they really make this money? You go home with your monthly salary, it's not what working for. And you're looking at the chamber, you're looking at the place that you're working, and you're wondering, how do I do this for the next 10, 20 years to survive? And by the time you pay attention to those ones, quote unquote, because they are very genuine ones, and there are some of them that actually want to do, unfortunately, cut corners.
Yeah.
So if you now look at those ones that are doing extremely well, it takes a lot for you to practice in Nigeria. Don't forget they didn't create the legal sector. They met it. And there's this saying that when you can't beat them, what do? You join them. So when you look at the decay in all sectors alone, not to now talk about the main sector that is actually supposed to bind this country together, being really very questionable. You understand what I'm saying? You have a whole lot of people languishing in Nigerian prisons for what they didn't do. You have a whole lot of cases, bordering to different kinds of things that people cannot even say they have faith, they have succor in the legal sector to get justice. Then you have a lot going on that if you're actually honest with yourself, you know that some of these cases are not meant to take 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, or 5 months, you get it closed. Some of them do 10 years, 15 years, and they are still there. What keeps happening? Procrastination, adjournment. What's actually causing procrastination and adjournment? Most of the times you have things like that in a legal proceeding. For me, it's only when you don't have enough evidence to work on some cases. But in most cases here, we actually don't even look for evidence before we start adjourning. So most people like me said, okay, if I may not be able to stay that long, to keep going back and forth, why don't I just diversify to what I feel that will put food on my table? Why? I am not ready to go to the court. I'm not ready to say that blue is actually orange. I'm not ready to say that white is actually pink. I'm not ready
those are
to
the cases
say
that pay more.
Funny enough, unfortunately, sadly, the Nigeria you and I know, most times you see, it's not me that said it. It's there, you can see it. It's obvious. Like the kidnappers case then some years back, the notorious kidnapper. You saw it. It was a clear case of this man did this and did that. Up to today, where are we on the case?
That's true.
You understand? So I'm not saying what I feel like saying. The justice and the legal system needs to do better. I saw something on some people that they said that they are going to, try them on treason. I got confused and I forgot that I'm a lawyer. I don't even know anymore. Because for you to say that
Those are the processor.
for you to say that some people came out to complain that they are hungry, that they want food, and they want the fuel, price to go down, and you arrested them and said they can be charged to treason. At this point in time, I'm confused.
Especially in a country where protest is supposed to be.
Yes, especially when we are actually in a democratic government. So permit me to say that at this point, I am confused. I don't understand the relationship
Even as a lawyer.
between someone that is hungry or some group of people that are hungry.
Coming to complain.
Coming to complain and it's turned to treason. Maybe someone can explain better. But for me, I'm confused.
Can you explain better?
So these are for me the things that made me to say, if at the end of the day there is no justice for the common man, if at the end of the day there is no justice for the people that need it, if at the end of the day we're looking at blue and we are saying it is white, and you're saying they are telling you it is white, I would rather find a place I'll have peace. You understand? Yes, I love my profession, but I want work to be done, more reform to be done, so that we enjoy it more. And that more reform we are looking at is actually to have justice, and let that justice be served at the right time, not forever justice. Because if the legal, I keep saying it and I'm going to repeat it again, if the legal system is properly handled, every other thing will fall in place. You understand? So you talked about legal system. I will streamline myself to that until you ask another question.
Thank you.
So where I am, I'm okay. If they call us tomorrow to come and be in the legal field to help, and every stage is comfortable for us, and we are excited that anybody that has issues will be attended to, why not? And if not, I can even do a whole lot of commitment on working for the legal system and making sure a lot of us, not only me, will do that. But when they keep frustrating the citizens, it doesn't give you that joy that you want to have, in the legal system.
Wow. Thank you so much, Mark.
Rocketman was,
Okay,
was,
so you
was
wanted to say
fighting.
something.
I wanted to ask him, because he too was doing almost similar thing. I'm fighting for people. When did that switch now came into your passion? Because I saw a lot of things that you did for a lot of people. In fact, a lot of people were released because of you from prison. I saw you with different police, top policemen, and you were fighting for people. When did that switch start, and how has the journey been like?
Yeah, well, I guess it's always been a part of me, because even when I released why did I release Because I felt mediocrity was being celebrated. I felt we had better rappers who were being pushed aside for mediocrity to be celebrated, and I spoke up. Even in that same track, you hear when I said something like, I speak for shoemakers, I also speak for mechanics, I speak for those who, you understand? So I've always been someone, I can't be in a place and somebody's being bullied and I don't speak up. It's almost impossible. So I think I just eased into that, basically. And then it was a thing of, you have a status, you have a platform, you have a voice. You understand? You can actually use it for something positive if you want to. And I just got in that line. I can't tell you when, but all I know is anytime I had the chance to help somebody out, I did. You understand? I can never forget that. People talk about NSAS and they think it started in 2019. It started like in 2014, 15. I don't know if you know Sega Link.
Yes,
Yes.
It was Sega that started the whole thing, and it was, why did I even get to know Sega? Because I was seeing his tweets about illegalities, about police brutality. I'm like, okay, this sounds like and looks like someone I can talk to. So I just buzzed him, and from him, I met a couple of other lawyers. Until today, I'm still working with those lawyers. Even this morning, I just saw a DM from someone on Instagram, and he was complaining about something about EFCC. They froze his account. Even after he had given all the evidence and everything, his account has still been frozen since like 3 years. So I just connected him to some lawyers now, and they're going to take up the case. Talking about people in jail, there's a case. There's a case about a boy. He's been in jail for 8 years on a waiting trial.
Wow, 8
Awaiting
years.
trial.
Awaiting.
He's been in jail for 8 years. And now his own awaiting trial is even just very funny, because there was a robbery on his street. After the robbery, he was coming home. And then someone he had an issue with. As a lawyer, you already know where this
Pointed
is going.
him.
Thank you. You understand? Somebody he had an issue with, something way different, saw him and said, oh yeah, that he thinks he saw him with one of the thieves.
That's it.
He thinks. This boy has been in jail for 8 years on somebody's thinking, someone's assumption. No proof, no evidence, nothing. And now what makes it worse is I brought the mother to my radio show so that she can speak. I brought a lawyer, and then I connected them. The lawyers have taken up the case. They've now written to the court and everything. So they're waiting for the next sitting. Well, guess what happened at the next sitting? Same thing that's been happening for the past 4 years or so. This time, the judge went on course.
Wow.
He's out of Nigeria for something, and he's the one they're waiting for. So this boy is waiting in jail.
All his life, wasted 8
This
years.
boy is waiting in jail. All
Because
the sitting
one judge decided to go for a course and nobody can take
That's what you
decision.
are saying.
Yes. That's why I was shaking my head when she was talking, because I have the cases like this plenty. So I've done a whole lot, and I thank God that at least, if nothing else, I've been able to help a lot. I can't count
I know.
thousands.
I followed your.
I didn't start today. I started like 10, 12 years ago. You understand? And I've gotten to know some great police officers. I've gotten to know some great lawyers and all. And these are people I work with. One of the best for me, I thank God for my video editing skills, was I think it was October 12th. The protests had started then, 2020. And then first it was a friend of mine who sent me a message that there's two young ladies were across Stadium bus stop. There's a Stadium police station. I think it's Area C or something in Surulere. And they sent me a video of some policemen dragging these girls across into the police station. They were beating them and all. I saw that video. My friend called me that's his cousin. People were now just sending me messages. And then Princess Comedian called me from the UK crying. And she was telling me that I should do anything I can do to get those girls out of that place, because if they spend the night there, I don't want to tell you what she said before they will now come to say I said something. So anyways, I just did everything possible. I was in communication with the force headquarters at Abuja. the then police PRO, great guy, Officer Frank Mba.
Yeah, very great guy. I've met him one-on-one.
I spent almost 4 hours on my feet. That
Very, very great guy.
apart from the girls' issue, the biggest one was the one in Surulere. I don't know if you heard about the one where some officers were shot. Like 3 officers were shot. I saw the videos. One was on the ground. Intestines were
Ouch, yeah.
my brother. You know, and then I got a message from Abuja. They said, "Oh, see what your people did." I'm like, "Who are my people?" He said, "Protesters." I said, "What they do? They shot police." I said, "How?" They were trying to say it was the protesters that shot. I said, "Okay, fine." I went on Twitter, or X now, and I just tweeted, "If anybody in Surulere around where this happened, if you have any pictures or videos, please, can you send to me?" Now I got videos from different angles. That's why I said thank God for my editing skills, mini editing skills. Just before then, I think some minutes after that, Oxlade's brother, who is his manager, I also got a video of him being brutalized by some officers. At some point, they were dragging him on the ground. And he was like this. We thought he had given up. So they now said it was him and his people that shot him. So they were trying to put that on him.
On him.
I said, no problem. I just took the videos and I edited the videos, all the clips I got. I edited it to the fact that I showed where the officers were on one side. They huddled together. They were talking, obviously. Then they moved, like 5 of them walked into the middle of the street. And as they were raising their guns, the other 3 walked in front of them.
Oh, so the officers shot.
Yes. So as they were raising their guns, I did slow motion and I did arrow pointing. So as those ones were walking in front of them, I did slow motion and used an arrow to point. So when they shot, I wrote this was when they shot. I sent it to Abuja.
So this is you doing the job that the police were supposed to do.
Unfortunately.
My dear, you know, I didn't wait. For me, I don't wait. That's why I said any opportunity I get to help, I help. I don't wait for you to come and tell me. Sometimes I see DMs. I just see a post, oh, but this one happened here. Husband stabbed wife. I just DM the person and say, send me details. Or I just send them numbers of either the police or lawyers. I say, contact this person, tell them from Rugged Man. And they take it up. So when I sent that video, that was how they said,
killed it immediately because they don't have anything. They found out that, this is a no-go area.
You know, so they just said, okay, you know what, send us the names. And that's how I sent them the names of Fox States, brother, everybody. I got their numbers plus the girls. That day, they released all of them.
Wow.
You understand? So you
didn't post it online.
So they were going to tag girls on things that they knew nothing about.
No, not the girls. This was
okay.
But for the girls, I think it was about protesting. And they were protesting. But then out of like 100 people standing across the road, now 2 girls and assist the program.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Exactly.
You understand? But I was happy I was able to help. I'm just giving you a few examples. Like I said, so many. Even Kolade Johnson, God rest his soul, the boy that was shot when he was watching football.
Yes.
Oh my God.
I followed that case up.
Did he get any justice?
Oh yeah, they sentenced the officers. I think they sentenced them to prison.
Oftentimes we see cases like this on social media, but we don't get to hear the end result.
And, this particular Kolade Johnson, I even met the sister because I even went to court. I was a thorn in their flesh for that particular case. Because every 2 weeks I'll tweet about it. Every 2 weeks I'll tweet about it that we're waiting. Sometimes I'll even put the picture of the officer and everything so that people will know. And I'll tag the police, tag everybody, tag the Nigerian Bar Association. I just wanted them to know that we are following this up. We want to see
before it dies a natural death.
Before it dies a natural death. And that's what I keep telling some Nigerians. You know, I've also met people who, I don't know if it's out of fear. Some feel they don't have money, so they just, let's just leave it. They will now leave it. Let's leave it to God. My brother, like some of you don't know how that thing pisses me off.
Can I say something? In my opinion, I'm just trying to say something. I don't think majority of the time is about genuinely let's leave it. I think when money passes hands, a lot of things dies down.
But who does it affect?
Now,
The same person.
oh, sure. So I will tell you why I said so. There's a trending topic that has been on for, I think, about 3 or 4 days. Yes, and I don't have a lot of facts on it. So I wouldn't want to
Okay,
put
but what
it
is
in
it
a way.
about?
Yeah. It's about someone's son, a billionaire's son, that actually raped a girl. And according to the story, unconfirmed, allegedly, the billionaire's father to the son, of course, the billionaire dad, offered this helpless family 50 million.
To kill the person.
I didn't say 5. I didn't say 15.
50 to kill the
I didn't say 500,000. You understand? Because I according to what I read, the damage was bad. I don't know how they did it to the girl. So the money is too much for the billionaire. They do this and kill everything. Guess what?
So
Guess what?
is he giving this to the police?
The
or he's
family.
giving it to
The
family?
family.
Okay.
Of
Now,
course, the
guess
police
what?
will get their share.
Of course, the police will get their share. Now, they will not. I don't know. But my point is, they threw it, on the comment section. If your family happens to
Would you
be
take
in this
this?
situation, I almost cried out blood.
Because a lot of people were saying they will accept it.
Because I had 90% saying, if you collect, if you don't collect, they will still not give justice. So why don't I just collect and walk away and go and treat the girl? And I couldn't say anything anymore. Back to what I was trying to say. No matter what you say, you cannot take the justice, the system, the legal system away. Everybody has gotten it into the back of their mind and even at the center of their head that most of the times you just stand for justice, wait for justice to prevail, and you don't get it, unfortunately. Now, the mindset has been really, really messed up. That people are saying, if you accept, if you don't accept, with a man's connection and his state of wealth, you will lose out both ways. Let me just go with that, sign, and go and treat the badly wounded person.
But you know who I blame?
Unfortunately, the system, the
blame the system.
government,
Big-
and that's what I'm saying. The system has been messed up. The system has been messed up. It's just funny that we're even trying to be nice and modest about it, and we're just talking about the legal system. All sectors in Nigeria is gone.
Yep.
I need to just just jump out a little bit for a second. Look at the food price. In as much as the fuel is on the high side, if you look at the food price, you know there's something off about it as well. I'll tell you why I said so. My opinion. If the regulatory body, which I know that are there collecting money every month in the name of salary, decides to do their jobs, to regulate quality,
The
price control, everything. I'm being honest with you, the food price will not be where it is.
That's right.
And other things, both importation stuff and everything, will not be that bad. In as much as the dollar is high. Look at the threshold, how it jumped from where the price became a few months ago to where it is now. People literally change their price at their time. And nobody does anything. We are no longer following the UK standard that colonized us, because before you even change a 10 kobo before, you have to, discuss it and they will approve it. My question now is, where are the regulatory bodies, all the regulatory bodies in charge of price quality control? Where are they? Before we even start saying anything, that's why I say, let me digress a little bit. We could still come into that again. I'm only trying to say that different sectors and different ministries and once we are not ready to work, we keep going around the circle. And you always have that mindset of people that say, I'm not ready to stress myself. Let me take the 15 million and walk away. I will use 5 million. I will not even use up to 5 million.
They won't even treat the girl at the end of the day.
No, the family, of course, love their child. Treat her and just go and mind my business. That's it.
You know, and then if you were in a sane country, that's why I said I blame the system. Because if we were in a sane country, that billionaire just doubled his problem.
What are you talking
By
about?
offering.
Immediately.
He just doubled his problem. But then again, we're not in a sane country. Because if we were in a sane country, things won't be the way they are right now. And he won't even have the guts to offer
won't
such
do
a
that,
thing.
yeah.
You understand? But to me, what I just say to people almost all the time, we've lost two major things are missing in Nigeria, and until we get those things right, nothing will be better in this country. We've lost accountability, and and there are no consequences to anything happening. In this
Nothing.
country. Because trust me, somebody was like, "Oh, why do the police do what they do?" Another person was like, "Oh, but you know their salary is small." Didn't he know the salary was small before he
Yeah,
He
set
joined.
the rule.
God bless
He
you.
knew? So don't say because your salary is small, that's why you now want to be extorting people. You don't break the law because your salary is small. How about all of us that don't? What about some that don't even earn salaries? If we all get on the streets now and start extorting people, what happens? You understand? So accountability, nobody's being held accountable for anything, and nobody suffers consequences, the correct consequences. Because my brother, my sister, if one or two, I might sound harsh when I say this, but I keep saying we need to bring back the firing squad. Public
Yes.
execution.
Yes.
Trust me, Nigerians do not know. Well, yeah, we know what trauma is because we know what happened on October 2020, and that's why a lot of people are a bit hesitant to come out and protest.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what will happen to people if you find out this guy committed murder and they tell you that on the 6th of October
He was fired. He was killed on the
they
firing
put him
squad.
against a drum, tied him against a drum. Media houses was there, and they executed that
You
person.
sit up.
Trust me, nobody would do what.
I
that
give
man did.
Nigeria 5 years, everywhere will transform.
5 is no. 5 is too much.
I'm being modest.
No, before before the seatbelt law came into, what happened? Some people say it never happened. It didn't. By the time they held 6, 7, 10 people,
Fashola was so
when they
mean on
held
that
6,
thing.
7 to 10
I
people,
can't leave my
word
house
of
without
mouth
putting
alone.
my seatbelt.
Word of mouth alone, bro, they arrest me the other day, or I pay fine, or else they never
I
take
can't
me
even
to
make that
the
mistake
seatbelt.
because they won't listen to you.
No,
There is
they-
no please.
Even people who sit at the back of cars sometimes want to use
To use
seatbelt.
seatbelt,
because-
yeah.
Fashion-
So there's
I
when
respect
peop-
Fashola in
when
that too.
some people say, "Oh, Nigeria cannot change," Nigeria can change.
Very
But we
well.
just
If
need-
people go to
we
war.
need the right people in the right places to affect such changes. Because my brother, if the head is rotten, the middle and the bottom is rotten. There's nothing you can do.
Okay, so let's talk about the hashtags we see on social media. Several times when there's a tragic event, you see all kinds of hashtag, justice for this, justice for that. One of the examples I would like to use is the Mohbad case, because I followed that case from the beginning and even till now. It was a wave all through last year. Justice for Mohbad, justice for Mohbad. And that case will be 1 year, and it seems like everything has fizzled out. We are no more hearing anything. It's like there's a divide and rule. There is this camp of he said, this camp of the mother said, this camp of the dad. So it's separated, like everybody is Toyotento Israel. Why do this hashtag die all of a sudden? At what point? Is it that because there is nobody to follow up the case? Because I must really commend you for the effort you put in activism to ensure that people get justice. A while ago, you were talking about how you went the extra mile, you went to court, and nobody's paying you for that. You went to court to see to it that a certain person or a victim got justice. But on social media, I've seen several people call themselves activists, and they just come on social media and they make noise about it. And they just pull out one. I think there was a day just recently on this so-called, I think the Mohbad case made a lot of celebrities come out. That's Tonto Dike, Iyabo Ojo. They came out and they were defending what they feel at that point was the right thing to do. And then there's this very dark man who came, and I think, was it last week or 2 weeks ago, he said he has hacked Iyabo Ojo's accounts, he checked this one, checked that one. So it's all kind of mixture. Why do justice just end on social media? We don't get to know what is going on. 1 year after the demise of this promising young artist, nothing, there's no activities anywhere. The last time I read on comment section, some people say blame the father, some people say blame the mother, some people say blame Nigeria. So why is it so in Nigeria?
Data.
Please, can I ask a question before?
Okay.
I need to ask a question with you people now. And the question is directly to you.
Okay.
But the answer will come from Rugged Man. Do you still remember that saying, that question, who killed Delegiwa?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Should I have
Do you
one
still, sir, Rugged Baba, I'm coming.
more? Because it's yours.
Do you remember who killed Funsho Williams?
Yeah.
Eh? And
You want that? You want that?
nah,
Police.
I keep quiet. What am I trying to
Nigeria,
say?
lived across.
What am I trying to say? In my very before, you understand, I was called to quickly run to Federal High Court to see what they are saying, but I couldn't get there. Someone, a lawyer like me, was coming out from the court and they shot him when he was actually trying to enter his car. I wasn't there, you understand, and they shot him and killed him, allegedly. And the
in the
story,
premises of the court.
I think he had already left, but
Okay.
more like they trailed him until they shot him. Now, you might be shocked and you're like, oh, why did they have to kill him? I will still take you back to the question you asked me and the answer that I gave you. Is it that you come to equity with clean hands, or you come to equity with dirty hands and face the consequences? Now, you might be shocked to see or hear apparently the cases that this young man had actually handled over time that have given him a lot of money, but they were actually not a good case. So it's not just about collecting the millions and making that quick money. And all of a sudden, from just, 1 million naira in your account, you're having 500, 1 billion. Because you can pick any notorious case and you handle it. It doesn't come cheap. It comes with a price. You understand? So you're throwing yourself out there to cause more problem for yourself. So you're talking about Mohbad. I needed to take you far back to Delegiwa.
Other
I don't even
places.
want to do much. Far back to Delegiwa.
Till today, it's still a mystery.
Funsho William, far back. Let him finish the lawyer own. This is one out of millions. So
That has
now, someone kept talking and singing and even went all the way to almost being decade. Sorry, oh, sorry for Nigeria. He will cry, he will shout, he will talk. He still left, nothing happened. So, when are we going to get it right? And I'm sure that's the question. So, I hand over to you.
back to Rugged Man.
My senior colleague has.
Why not there?
It's
Oh my
see where
God.
she took it to. So that's to show you that it didn't start today. Unfortunately, it didn't start today. And like she said about the alleged billionaire one, money changes hands sometimes, and then sometimes I also believe investigations are not carried out either on time or right. You understand? Because I know when they said they mentioned about doing an autopsy, they had to go and exhume the body.
The body.
before they do an autopsy. Why let them bury the body in the first place? Since there was already talk about.
It was done in a hurry. So they
Yeah,
said.
well, me, I wasn't there, so I'll just say. But mine is, why let them bury the body and then days later you go to exhume, and then the autopsy now takes. The autopsy result came out, I think, a month or
No, it was more than that.
It took way too long. And I will not, I'm sorry, but I'm a Nigerian. Anything that takes too long in Nigeria
Dies a natural
dies
death.
or dies a natural death. So basically, and we don't even know who exactly carried out the autopsy. They didn't see. Sometimes Nigerians don't know what they have with social media. And I don't mean just the normal people. Even the government, they don't know what they have with social media. You know, to me, I believe social media is a platform that even you can use to show how good you are at your job. Imagine the police actually wanted to go to raid a particular kingpin or something, and they actually have cameras and they go in and they show the world, they show Nigerians. I keep telling, when I talk to the police, I keep telling them, look, people have lost trust and confidence in you guys. So you have to do something. Give them a show of good faith. You say, yeah, not all police are bad. Yeah, we know. But show us the good ones. So that at least we can be trying to use it to balance
The equation.
You understand? So imagine if the government, that Mohbad issue, God rest his soul, as big as it was, imagine if the government had said, okay, you know what, we're doing this autopsy, this is the doctor that's going to do it, this is where it's going to happen, this is what time. Imagine if they even wanted to stream, not stream the autopsy being carried out, but at least let there be one or two media people outside the hospital
have been awesome.
where it's happening, and the doctor will come out and say, okay, it took us this amount of time, but this is what we found.
It would have been
You
awesome.
understand? But once they tell you, we will tell you the result in 1 week, to me, depending on the case, it's just a now meaning time for highest bidder. Oh yeah. The ones who want the case to die will just start making calls and looking for the ones who want the case to continue. And at the end of the day, money, we know. 50 million, she said. You understand? Yeah, so that's basically it. Data. I wish we had data in this country. We don't. They just keep messing around. The only Nigeria they see they use paper all over the place. The Manila flat file folder. That's why when it's time to press reset, you just hear that fire going somewhere.
Yes.
Covers a whole lot. But then, you know, like I said, we need accountability, and we need accountability. We need to be very plain and clear with a lot of things.
I want to ask a question, and it has to do with both of you. You are into music. She's into
everything.
So, you know, there's a correlation between music and the legal team. The reason why most artists are finding it difficult with record labels, you know what they do, these record labels and artists and all that and all stuff. I wanted to throw more light on that, and she too is going to say something about that, about the music and the legal team. You know,
You mean like contracts and all?
yeah, contract and all. Like, you know, when these one things came out,
Okay.
it was then we now found out that the man,
Michael Jagger.
yes, the record label is the one collecting royalty. Even after this, they have recorded the song for decades of years. The record label is still collecting royalty.
As it should be.
How does it goes for artists and the label? Yes, yes.
Yeah, what a lot of people didn't understand, you know, with the whole brain jotter and using gong gong. Okay. Once you sign a record label, once you sign a record contract, yes, you're giving the record label the rights to handle your music, market your music, and of course they will get their percentage from the royalties, and you will get yours. Unless you sign everything off to them, then they pay you off outright, and then whatever comes from the project is theirs, both the loss and the gain. You understand? So I don't know what deal the man had, but the point there is, as long as the music was distributed properly, the man will still get his royalties no matter what. You understand? So a lot of people are saying Brain Jotter didn't pay the man. Brain Jotter doesn't have to pay the man. Brain Jotter doesn't owe the man anything because the song is already on music platforms, connected to the man and the record label. So anybody who uses his music, the man gets royalties.
Period.
That's all.
So what Brain Joy did was just a
Promotion.
forever gratitude.
Thank you. So Brain Jotter shed light on the man's music. Brain Jotter promoted that.
And made
Brought
money
it
for
back.
him within 2 seconds.
You understand? Gave him Gen Z fame.
Yeah.
You understand? So to me, Brain Jotter did a whole lot more than even the record
In
label.
one video.
In
Yes,
one video.
in just one
so
video.
people who were talking, trying to call out Brain Jotter, they don't
In
understand.
support of what you're saying.
You
So,
understand?
You know
is it,
the-
how
you
is
know
it
the
between the
governor
record
went there.
labels?
Yes,
They named
he
the
did.
street.
The
Yes,
governor,
they
the
named
governor, the
street,
governor
yeah.
went to see Michael Jara,
Oh,
governor
really?
of Enugu
I
State.
didn't know.
That's why I say let me quickly chip it in. All because of Brain Jotter.
Yep.
They went there, named the street. God bless you. Named the street after
the
him.
man.
Not just that, there is no way, no matter how bad this Nigeria is, that a governor will go to Michael Jara's house and go out without blessing
Giving
that
him
man.
money, yeah. That's
And
right.
all
So
this happened
everything
because
Brain
Jotter
Jotter.
used the song.
So people that don't understand the nitty-gritty and the work ethics and what follows, what he's teaching us now on entertainment and how to deal with label, refuse to ask questions before judging.
Okay.
So such questions you need to ask. I don't like judging what I don't know. For me to even talk about this, I'll first of all ask, how does this work? And that's the question you're asking now, which
Yes.
is sweet. Majority of the Nigerians, they ask the question, they were all labeling Brain Jotter a wicked person. And I'm like, what? I have an idea of how it works. He was just a blessing to this man in all ramification, So that's just what I wanted to
And
chip
what
in.
they forget, and I asked somebody, I said, okay, you check all your posts on Instagram, all the music you add to your music, to your post, your videos.
Did you pay
the
anything?
person? Did you pay 50 Cent? Did you pay Alicia Keys? Did you pay Rugged Man? Because some of them are you don't have to pay me. It's
Exactly.
already in there. Anytime
so money
it's
keeps
used,
coming in.
money comes to me, goes to the label. So people just need, like she said, you need to ask questions. Don't just jump to start accusing people. There was even something I wrote to digress a little from this. I said, don't be too quick to criticize a man or a woman for not helping you because you don't even know the condition they're in. They might be going through worse things than you are, just because they don't want to tell you.
They're handling it
You
better
understand?
than you, and
So
you're
some people
thinking.
say, that's like when we were young. I saw another post some time ago. I laughed my head off. The guy said, now he understands that when they were young, they used to call their uncle stingy. That now that he's an uncle, that he cannot even give those ones. I'm sure they're calling him stingy too. But now he understands that it's because now their responsibilities. Now he has to be careful how to.
Now
he
you
has to
understand
manage.
better
Now he
because he's in the shoes.
Thank you. Now he's in the shoes. He's an uncle now. So anybody who he doesn't, uncle, buy me sweet, and he doesn't buy. Stingy uncle. So now he knows why.
Now is that stingy uncle? I think I used to say that too.
So actually,
used to stay that.
Yes, I used to say that
that.
too. I said I'm gradually becoming that stingy auntie. Because when you check the bills, you check the funds.
Okay, based on the nation building, state of the nation reform, that we're talking about, the justice reform, order, ministry reforms, just generally making Nigeria a better place. I want to chip in this because I know that we're trying to, speak for all of us to be heard. And I know that it's not just about Nigeria with what we're doing here today. It's all about, the whole world, African countries, foreign worlds. Everybody will get to, see this video. And one thing we want to, beg, we have to appeal, is that the youth should be taken care of. When I say youth should be taken care of, I'll tell you why I said so. It's gotten to a point where the youth should be heard, the adults should be heard. Rugged Man has been on this activism for forever. People are trying so hard for their voice to be heard. We don't want a situation whereby people come out to speak their mind. They will be intimidated or arrested or held back, you understand, or imposed, wrong thing on them just to shut them out. I want the leaders of Nigeria today to be able to connect, which Rugged Man has been saying over time. I want to personally appeal, and I know that all of us are speaking one mind, that it's time to sit genuinely with the youth. Let them find a place in their heart to repent, the leaders, and let's do the right thing. Because what we need is not far from us. What we need is not far from us. We need reform in all sectors. At the moment, people are not asking for too much. They are saying they are hungry. And not just they. Even as I'm sitting down here, leave my size. We are all hungry. All right? We are all hungry. I don't understand how someone with 450 liters should be able to cope with Nigerian fuel, for example. I personally don't have a problem if you want to increase the fuel. And if you want to compare us with other countries, I personally don't have a problem with that. But I will plead that when you're trying to do the comparison, I want it to match with the minimum wage, right? I'm okay with that. If you want to charge 1,000 per fuel in Nigeria, are you producing national? Because I need to put that. If you want to do that, please and please and please marry it with the minimum wage. I don't want a situation whereby minimum wage is saying otherwise. Why what we're paying? Because it's actually like a simple calculation and scenario. Let me give an example with Saudi Arabia. Let's say, for example, they are collecting fuel price. I'm just giving an example for 1,500 per liter, and they are paying their minimum wage 3 million a month, for example. Would they complain?
No.
Nobody will complain. You pay it easily without complaining. All right? So when you want to compare us with these countries that are paying high, please, I need our minimum wage to be the same thing with these countries. If not, the honest truth is, who will be able to get the money? Where are we getting the money? Is it from the 70,000 that can buy a bag of rice? That you what? I'm just saying that you want to now use and buy fuel. I literally don't sleep. I work every day, to make the money. But at the end of the day, once you press your ATM card 2 times, you're looking for the money you have worked to do. That's it. So we the people that have 150 liters and all that, by the time you calculate, you're doing 100 and something.
Yes.
And it doesn't pass a week, it's finished. Then at the end of the day, you have 1 month, and you're looking at what you spent on fuel alone. I've not talked about food. I normally do sapa okra. I can't forget 3,000. I'm done with my sapa okra, and it comes out nice. You can't try that now. To cook a pot of stew, just 15,000 naira meat. You're looking for it.
Yeah.
So please, our beautiful, wonderful, fantastic leaders, we need to build the nation. We need to look at a lot of things. Once the fair price is very fantastic, every other thing will fall in place. Like I said again, I'm going to emphasize on it again. Please let the quality control people get
Go
back to work.
Yeah.
That's just
Talking about the fuel, the other time Aliko Dangote came out and he said the refinery is ready, we are ready to go, and Nigerians were happy. It was such a relief that at least we'll get it very cheap. Then I was going through the news and I read an article where he said that they are waiting for a prize. Don't quote me. That he said they are waiting for the
from
NNPC to give them.
The NNPC said that he should wait
and NNPC
for
said
them
we
to
should
give.
Wait for them to give. And this is the same
Before you
NNPC.
finish asking the question, I think I can throw in one thing.
Yeah, because you're into oil and gas.
I would say something. It's not a question. It's actually not an answer, but it's in between. He has been with us with fuel. My dear, have you ever bought Dangote's fuel? Sorry, he has been with us with a cement. My dear, have you ever bought Dangote cement cheaper than any other cement?
So why do you not expect the fuel to be cheap?
I don't expect it to be. He's a pure businessman. Because if Dangote can easily sell cement to Ghana, go and check it, Google it, present price for cement in Ghana, and check the present price for cement in Nigeria. I want to believe he knows what he's doing.
Is it more expensive in Ghana or?
A lot cheaper. in
The
Ghana.
cement is cheaper in Ghana.
A lot cheaper. And you,
But
have
why
to,
though?
and you have to travel all the way to go and supply it to them there. Because they have system, at least to an extent, that works.
Their quality, their control.
They have control.
Told him you can't sell.
You cannot do anything in any country without quality control and product liability. You can't. Until we look at those things that we are avoiding, we can't do much. Until people understand that you cannot wake up and put on your price and do what you like. Until you see people that see filling station, you see 1,000 boys standing with fuel that they bought for in front of filling station, and you park and you fill up your tank, which wasn't there some years back. It's now a norm and order of the day. They will go buy the fuel. There won't be any fuel anymore. They will come and sell to you in front of filling station. Where are the people? Because there are people in charge of such movement. Where are they? While all these people are standing all over the place on the road and the rest. There are so many things to work on. But I'm only saying, if Dangote over the years have decided or have been selling cement very, very, very high, I personally don't think he will do better in fuel. My opinion, personally don't think he will do better in fuel. And I feel like there is a lot of politics going on, with that fuel price for Dangote. I feel there is so much going on that me and you don't know. In fact, the moment I realize that we don't even have enough refinery with all this noise we are making to even get enough, even if all the refineries before are working, it's not enough.
I thought the government said there was one in Port Harcourt that will start working when?
I'm even saying that even if all of them,
There's something
That's how
rugged,
I'm asking.
it's not.
it's working, we know now.
Yeah, but the government said to start working first.
They always say it will start working. Anything they say it
Now,
will start
guess
working.
what?
It will start working.
Even
in
the four
dream.
together, by the time I listened to an expert, I just went to bed. So we have a lot of things we need to put in place. Regulatory bodies have gone to sleep. I say it again, regulatory bodies have gone to sleep.
I mean, if you go to the
Or
office,
if they wake up and decide, yes, if they want to be honest with themselves, they've gone to sleep.
I think there's something going on at the backyard.
That we don't know.
Yes.
If not,
We know.
explain to me. See, first of all, is that all of a sudden from nowhere, you're writing to us, even when you promised us, allegedly, I didn't hear it directly from him, but I read it somewhere, that once you start selling, you're looking at 300 to 400 naira per liter, allegedly. I didn't hear him say, I read it somewhere. Now, all of a sudden, you started having loggerheads with NNPC. All of a sudden, they insisted they're going to sell to you in dollars. You fought and started saying a lot of things. I know what is happening in NNPC. I know this. Before you know it, they just told him, Oga, come, let's talk. All of a sudden, what you know, we didn't hear again. All the things you know, we didn't hear again. You understand? It just vanished. And now you're in good terms suddenly with the federal government. Everything that you have been giving, you started granting interviews. A lot of this, I will tell you people what is going on. We didn't hear again up till now. Now you're telling us that NNPC finally gave you, we heard that, gave you to buy crude in naira. Okay, the other ones are buying in dollars, foreign countries, and they take it out, right? And bring it back refined,
yes.
which we are meant to be doing here for our local content. It will be enough for us, and our fuel will be as cheap as anything. I might not be able to give the expert explanation to that, but I don't want to believe in this propaganda of you're doing this, you're doing that. There is a, what do you call it? What did they say that they removed before that they put it back? Subsidy and all that. I don't even want to go into that. My point is that what we are paying at the moment is not matching with the salary that Nigerians are getting. I don't want to go into any explanation. This is the only thing I want to hold on to. What we are paying in fuel, transportation, is not matching the salaries of people. Please, people that need to hear this should hear this and be considerate enough to do the needful. That is where I'm looking at it from.
All right, Rogedi Baba, a final word before we begin to leave the studio. What's your take on this?
Like she said, There are people who are buying and taking outside to refine and bring back into the country. And I believe those are the main people who probably will not even want a Dangote to succeed, because they are the ones running that particular business. You understand? But allegedly. But let's not talk too much of that one. But for a final take, I'll just say this: yes, if we have the right people in the right positions, that's the only way Nigeria can move forward. That's the only way we can progress. Trust me. I repeat, if we have the right people in the right places who do the right things, that's the only way we can progress in this country. You cannot try to force a round peg into a square hole and expect it to be okay. You understand? So that's it for me. Do the right thing before, like I said in Koleyo, do the right thing before water pass Gary, before gun turn to it in every man they won't carry.
I'll have to echo it again, please. I have to echo it again. He said it and it made a lot of sense to me. I have to echo it again. There should be, consequences of your action before things can work out in this country. Yes, you have to pay for your action. And he said something that people would not want to hear. Funny enough, I'm agreeing with him too. You see, that thing over the years worked wonders, magic. Repeat it again,
the days
sir.
of crime. Is it prime
You said
crime?
something about firing squad.
Crime or
Firing squad.
there's one
People
program that they
might
do
say,
that.
people
Crime fighters.
People might say
and I think
it's-
African China did a song.
Yes.
Oh my waiting money,
Yes.
then go show
Yes.
him face for crime
Yes.
fighter. Yes, we know they see his face for crime
Exactly.
fighter. Yeah.
If people start paying for their sin and paying for what they've done wrong, and people are seeing it, it will work. I've actually discussed this severally with people. So when he raised it, I was like, that's my man. Because it made sense to me. I keep saying, if someone goes out there to steal something, and you just carry the person inside and close the door, say, don't worry. The people that are looking up to the person didn't see you punish the person. So what they do is very simple. They wait, they don't see anything. They will go and steal what the person stole. Before you know it, the whole community is stealing. Nobody has control over them because nobody saw you punishing the person that did. Even this thing even boils down to our own different families too. If there is no correction, check out children. They are like stem of yam. You understand? If you're not putting that direction. That is even any country, not just Nigeria. If you travel out, he is always on his way out of the country. He knows what I'm talking about. There are places you can't drop anything on the road. Yeah. If you try it in likes of, what do you call it, this Asian country, UK China. Is even better. Japan and Japan or thereabouts.
Japan, yeah.
You know, they are very sweet now. If you know what it, there are things all those places, you cannot drop anything on the floor now.
Talking about Asia,
sorry, please. I was driving out yesterday, going to work. Do you know that a bus driver stopped and was weeing? All right, inside the bus, at the back of the bus. And I was driving, I was looking at it. There are so many things that will drive you crazy. We are all losing it and we need to get back on track. Sorry.
You want to say something?
I was going to talk about Asia. Some Asian countries on their visa, they write it there that the penalty for drug pushing is death. It's in red there.
So it's not that you don't know. Don't come and beg.
And then talking about trash. I see people, you're driving and somebody just throw a bottle, empty bottle, or they just throw nylons on the road and stuff. I say on my radio show, if you cannot even obey simple traffic lights, what gives you the mouth to come and complain about the government not being good? You yourself, if you cannot be good, why do you want somebody else to
be good? That's a big word.
It's on all of us, anyways.
It's on all of us.
But I still keep it at the doorsteps of the government. Some people will say why. I say because the government are the ones in power.
Thank you.
To have the authority to say this or that.
Like Fashola did the seatbelt.
Thank you.
Like the seatbelt matter. If the government says
Fashola did extremely exceptionally well on that
politician. Oh yeah, then another one of the things that's wrecking this country is our 1999 constitution.
Yes.
Oh my God.
It's over 25 years.
They have been trying so hard to review it. They don't want to review it. I don't know why.
What about all those people that are saying reform? reform. They come into power, no reform.
Brotherly, I'd rather they review that constitution than to reform, because once you start from that constitution and remove something like this, a whole immunity for politicians, yes. Now, how will you tell me that this man gets into office, he's accused of embezzlement,
But you
say you can't do anything until he finishes his tenure?
And when he
What
finishes,
do
he will
you
form fake.
Apart from that, now, so because he's a politician, he can continue stealing till 8 years. But me, regular Nigerian, I steal pure water now, immediately they will take me to court and sentence me. Why? You understand? So we need to change a lot of things in this country, and I still drop it at accountability and consequences.
That's it.
I think it's in Korea when you commit a crime, even as a government official, they execute that person.
Yes.
Yeah, they're not even giving you space.
Yeah, no China.
Once they catch you, they are taking you away. So
Like,
that
they
is right.
That's why they don't commit crime.
Yeah,
there.
so there are
Once you, whether you're a politician or not, we have
It's
a
worse for the politicians there.
My
If
God.
you're a politician, they believe you should know better. You are
God
the one,
bless
You are
you.
the one that should know better. So once you steal, they don't even waste time. Once they prove it, death straight in China.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Rugged Baba, for coming on the show. Thank you, Barrister Ijoma. Thank you so much. And thank you, my co-host. Thank you for keeping it a date with us. The change we all desire starts with us. It starts with the media. I would say for the media, yes. We made reference of the crime show. And I know that some social media users have, open accounts where they talk about crimes, but I'm yet to see the ones that they show the after effect of every, just like a follow-up. So I'm throwing this to the media also. We need to have shows like Crime Fighters again. We need people to see the consequences of every crime that has been committed. We also need people who are on the forefront of this fight coming out to tell us the end result of every single cases that they've pursued. And also it starts with you doing what is right, and of course the government. Please come out. I'll borrow a word from Rugged Man. He said something. He said he talked to the police and said, okay, the police are doing this, but the police don't come out to talk about it. And he encouraged them. I think for some time now, I've been seeing a lot of posts by police officers coming to talk about it. I think we need a show on that. We need a particular show to let the police have their own show to say, okay, this was the case that happened. This is where it landed. This is the consequences.
They will tell you it's an investigation, so they can't say.
After it is
We
being
are still
investigated.
investigating it. We are still investigating
So
it.
thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Until we come again next week, from us to say bye-bye.